You've been making your brags around town that you've been loving my man.
You are listening to the voice of one of the top recording stars in the country. She was married at 14, the mother of 4 babies before she was only 18, and voted the nation's top female country singer 5 years in a row. I'd like you to meet Loretta Lynn.
That is responsible for all my success as a mother and a singer. My husband, Mooney Lynn.
Is this Mooney Lynn? Is this Mooney Lynn? Or is this Loretta Lynn's husband, Mooney? Well, we'll soon find out as they try to fool this panel. Robert Q. Lewis, Peggy Cass, Orson Bean, Kitty Carlisle, plus 100 people in our studio audience on To Tell the Truth. This portion of To Tell the Truth is brought to you by new Dow Oven Cleaner, the warm oven spray that dissolves baked-on grease. And here sitting in for vacationing Bud Collyer is your host, star of the Broadway hit cabaret, Bert Convy.
Nice to see you. I thank you all. Good afternoon, panel. Good afternoon. Nice to see all of you, even you, Orson. It's good to see you.
Bless you, buddy.
I'm going to be sitting in for a week for Bud Collyer, who's taking a well-earned vacation, and sitting in for me will be Robert Q. Lewis. Hello, Bob.
Hiya, Bert.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
You've already met country singer Loretta Lynn, who is in private life married to cattle rancher Mooney Lynn. And the 3 men, of course, are off in our soundproof room. They can't hear a thing. And we'll start the questioning off with Orson Bean.
Thank you. Now, using the new math and my lightning calculation, although my English ain't so good. Now, you had a baby at 15, right?
Yes.
If that baby grows up to age 15 and has a baby, and that baby does the same thing at the age of 45, you'll be a great-grandmother.
That's right.
Make a question out of that and answer it.
Thank you, Kitty.
May I ask, how did you meet your husband at 14?
At a pie social.
At a what?
Pie social.
Pie social.
Yes.
A pie social.
Yes.
What was it?
Loretta, most people have kind of what we call yuck foods they hate. What's your husband's yuck food?
He don't have any, I don't believe.
There's nothing he really dislikes.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, Peggy.
Hi. You have a nice face.
Thank you.
Where are you from in the country?
Van Leer, Kentucky.
Where?
Van Leer, Kentucky.
Orson?
Kentucky. Now, that's not the deep south, is it? What is that? That's the bluegrass country.
Bluegrass.
What's your husband's favorite food? Let me put it that way.
Pinto beans.
Pinto beans. My goodness.
Kitty, please.
Well, now, what were you both doing at this pie social? Was it where you find out how many pies you can eat at one sitting or something?
No, I was, we had this pie social to put windows back in the schoolhouse.
Oh.
And he bid the pies off that night.
And he got you in the raffle.
Yes.
Okay, Robert.
Who's his secret delight on the screen? Who's the movie star that he drools over most?
He don't go out too much for that, but he's, no, I couldn't tell you that.
I'm not getting
She doesn't
anywhere
want
with
to
you,
tell you that,
Loretta.
I don't think, Peggy.
Loretta, which county are you from?
Which town?
County.
Oh, county. Johnson. You mean I was born in, where I was born and raised?
Yeah.
Johnson County.
Is that in Appalachia? I mean, is that like in the hills?
Yes, that's in the hills.
Orson?
That's not the Johnson County in Texas.
Johnson County, Kentucky.
Oh, we got Johnson counties all over the place. The whole
my turn.
nation
Kitty,
is one
please.
big Johnson
Orson,
County.
shut
When
up,
did you
please.
find out that you could be such a fine singer?
Well, I never did think, I never did dream of singing, really. I'd sing and rock the babies to sleep. And my husband, he come home one day and he says, I think you're just about as good as some of the girls that's out singing and making money at it, so I'm going to see if we can't get that for you.
I like that story. So now that's the last question for you, panel. I think we found out a little something about Loretta. Now, let's ask those gentlemen to come in from the soundproof room, and we'll meet them. Okay, panel, let's see if you can find out which of these gentlemen is married to singer Loretta Lynn, and we'll start the questioning off with Robert Q.
All right, Bert. Number 2, Mooney, what influence do you think you had on the beginning of your wife's career?
Would you repeat that?
Yeah, how much influence, how much help did you give your wife when she was starting?
Oh, well, I really started her by encouraging her to start singing for pay, for $5 a night, Saturday nights in Custer, Washington.
Go ahead.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Suppose someone said to you, who is your favorite movie star? What would your answer be? The girl you drool over.
The girl I drool over?
Yeah.
Ava Gardner.
Ava Gardner. Good choice, good choice. You were married at 14, she was married at 14. You have 4 children. What breed are they? How many of which?
You got to miscount. There's 6.
6. There are 6. How many boys, how many girls?
4 girls, 2 boys.
4 boys and 2 girls.
Okay, Robert, thank you. Peggy, here.
Number 1, if your wife was to make red-eye gravy, how would she do it?
That's with ham, the juice from ham and coffee.
Okay. Number 3, do you live anywhere near the Cumberland Gap?
No, ma'am.
Number 2, are you older than... Well, I know you are. I mean, how much older were you than your wife when you married her? There she was, a slip of a girl of 14.
A bunch.
You're a bunch older.
I don't want to tell my age.
Orson.
Number 3 now, how much is your old lady away from the house now that she's a big star?
About 20 days a month.
20 days a month. Well, number 2, what do you, just lose yourself in the crowd with the kids back home, or what happens?
No, I travel with her about 50% of the time.
Yeah, and number 1, who looks after the kids back home?
We have a housekeeper back home.
Yeah? Now, how long at a stretch do you folks have to be away from the kids? What's the longest, a week or?
You're still speaking to me?
Yeah, number 1.
No, I stay home about 50% of the time.
Oh, you
She
do? All right.
travels.
Well, number 2, tell me about the pinto beans. What does she do with the pinto beans?
She cooks them and serves them with steak. Hadn't you ever eaten them?
Never had a pinto bean in my life.
You're missing
I
something.
wouldn't brag about it, Orson.
Oh, excuse me.
Kitty.
Number 3, what do you do for a living before you discovered this great talent and took to managing your wife?
I was working in logging woods and mechanic part-time.
And number 2, did you have her parents' consent when she was 14?
I just needed hers.
Number 1, did you elope?
No, ma'am.
You got the parents' consent.
Well, it isn't necessary. It wasn't necessary at the time.
Oh, you prefer to draw a veil over that. Well, it worked out. I'm sure they're very pleased now.
Her parents were underage. It didn't matter.
Okay, panel. That's enough. Without change or consultation, please mark your ballots. And while you're voting, it's time for the studio audience to vote. So, audience, when I say vote, please select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are you ready? Vote. Okay, your votes have been registered, and we'll find out the results in a moment, but let's see how the panel voted, shall we? Robert, who do you think is Mooney Lynn?
I think number 2's answers were pretty darn good. Number 3 didn't say too much, but for a quiet fella who might be the power behind the star, I would pick number 1.
Ah, all right. Number 1, Peggy?
She's so pretty, she could do a toothpaste commercial. She's got the best teeth I've ever seen. I voted for number 1. I don't know, he looks to me as though he could say, stop singing that to the kids and go out and make yourself $1 million.
Okay, Orson.
I voted for number 2. He's a handsome guy. He's got forthright eyes. He's the kind of a guy that could grab a girl age 14. She has 6 kids, and then she goes out and makes a living for him. I think it's swell.
Kitty?
Well, I voted for number 3 because he has a very canny look, and he also looks well-fed, and I think she takes good care of
It's the
him.
pinto beans.
Okay, that's the votes from the panel, and so now let's find out who gets the most votes from our audience. Our audience voted for
Boy.
number 2. How about that? Well, Loretta, it's the moment of truth. Why don't you go over and show us which one of these gentlemen is Mooney Lynn?
She's so cute.
There he is. Well, you have a busy life, needless to say, with Loretta traveling so much, and you have a 1,400-acre cattle ranch. When do you ever see each other?
Not often enough.
Not often enough. You know, before the show, Mooney told me something interesting, I think, about his hat. Let us see your hat, Mooney. Will you tell us about it? It's a great cowboy hat.
It's the rodeo crease. We have a rodeo we travel all over the country with, a championship rodeo, IRA championship rodeo, and that's the cowboys.
And that hat costs $100, a Stetson hat. How about that? Listen, we thank you so much for coming, and good luck to both of you in the cattle business and the record business. Number one, what is your name and what do you really do?
My name is Carl Liddy. I'm a sergeant in the Air Force.
And number two, what is your name and what do you really do?
My name is Jim McCormick. I'm Executive Vice President of Universal Textured Yarns.
You think number two looks a little bit like Lyndon Baines Johnson?
Saying that to Orson.
Just a little bit.
I
Huh?
told that before.
All right. There have been 4 incorrect votes, which means a total of $400 to divide among you. That's great. Thank you so much for coming, and good luck. In a moment, we're going to meet a man who was held hostage by 2 murder suspects. But first, this message. Now, we'd like you to take a look at this headline.
Kidnapped 5 in 250-mile auto flights. Our next guest was held hostage by 2 suspected murderers. What is your name, please?
My name is Ted Holmes. My name is Ted Holmes. My name is Ted Holmes.
We'll find out more about Ted Holmes and his exciting story in just 60 seconds. All right, panel, open up your envelopes and follow along with me as I read, will you please? I, Ted Holmes, am police chief in a small town. Normally, I am concerned with minor infractions of the law. One night, however, I answered a disturbance call at a local motel and ran head-on into a pair of armed men. Several other people and I were forced into a car with the gunman and driven off. At an isolated spot outside of town, I was ordered out of the car and handcuffed to a tree. Somehow, I managed to free myself. Later, the other hostages were also let go. I know now we were lucky to escape. The bandits turned out to be 2 suspected murderers. Signed, Ted Holmes.
This portion of To Tell the Truth was brought to you by new Dow Oven Cleaner, the warm oven spray that dissolves baked-on grease.
Well, panel, these 3 gentlemen claim to be Ted Holmes, police chief. So let's start the cross-examination with Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 3, did they call, was the disturbance at the motel them, or did you answer another call? I mean, how come you went to the motel?
Basically, it was them. We had a complaint that a person had a gun in a motel.
Wow. Number 1, did they put your arms around the trunk of the tree and handcuff you that way?
Yes, they did.
Very rough treatment. Number 2, did they get away or did somebody finally capture them?
They got away out of our state and were captured in another state.
Okay, Orson.
Well, number 2, did you have to shimmy up the tree to get to the top until you get your arms off, or
No,
what?
fortunately, they weren't very bright. It was in the Florida palmetto country, and it was a very small, rotted tree, and I was able to work the tree loose out of the ground.
My goodness, that must have been a sight. Number 3, now, how long did they have you under the gun?
They had me under the gun for a short time, about 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, number 1, were you scared? You can tell us. No one's listening.
Well, I really didn't have time to get scared. I was trying to figure out what was happening.
I would have took it, but 3 minutes is all I need to get scared.
Less for me.
Stay that way.
Kitty, please.
Number 2, what were the other people doing who got pushed in the car with you?
They were cowering on the bottom of the car. It was a station wagon, and they made them keep their heads down below the window.
No, number 1, I didn't phrase my question right. Why were they pulled along? What were they doing in the motel? Why were they taken with you? Was there any reason?
They were janitors, cleanup people in the motel.
And they were just there?
Right.
Number 3, were you scared?
Yes, I was.
Number 2, how did you find help when you got loose from the tree?
I got onto the highway and flagged down a passing car.
And they came right away to help?
Okay.
Well, I waited about 5 minutes before they got there.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Bert. Number 3, how long have you been chief of police in the town in which you are?
About a year.
About a year.
Yes.
Number 2, how many other policemen are there on the force?
We have 6 policemen, actually 3 constables, 3 policemen, and the chief.
Number 1, I'm a little bit curious. How did you get your handcuffs off when they were around the tree? When your arms were around the tree?
I selected a dead aspen tree and was able to break it down.
And you did what?
I broke it down.
I see. You broke it down. Uh-huh. Number 3, the other people in the car, what was the reason for taking them along as hostage? Was there any reason given?
Simply as a threat so they could escape. Get out of the state.
Number 2.
Okay, that's all we have time for, panel. Mark your ballots. And audience, when I say vote, we'd like you to select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are you ready? Vote. Okay, your votes have been registered, and now let's find out how the panel voted. Robert, what do you think?
Gotta go along with number 1. He may have been lucky in the choice of the tree by these bandits, but he looks to me like the fella.
Okay, Peggy?
Well, number 2 had a dead palmetto tree, which sounds like William Faulkner. But number 1, you know where the seam's on your pants pockets? It's kind of worn away, and that sounds like a real policeman. Me, always reaching for his keys, wearing out his pockets. I voted for 1.
Okay, Orson.
Number 1 might be wearing number 3's pants. I voted for number 1 on the grounds that his pants fit.
Oh, Kitty?
Well, I voted for number 2, and I don't think it's number 2 now because he said Palmetto Country, and he doesn't have a southern or a western accent. So I know I'm wrong.
But that's your vote anyway,
Yeah.
right? Okay, we'll find out how our audience voted and meet the real Ted Holmes in just a moment. Okay, the votes are in from our panel. Now it's time to find out how our studio audience voted. Our audience voted for number 2. They don't agree with you, do they? And now it's time to find out which one of these gentlemen was held hostage by 2 murder suspects. Will the real Ted Holmes please stand up? Well, just to keep the record straight, Ted is the police chief from Vail, Colorado. And we're glad you got out safely. Nice to see you. Number 2, will you tell us who you really are and what you do?
My name is Bob Freely. I'm a family therapist at the Bronx Municipal Hospital Center.
And number 3, would you tell us who you are and what you really do?
My name is Bert Turner. I'm a pass catcher for the New York Jets football team.
And to keep in shape in the off-season, Bake is currently appearing at a place in town. You're singing, isn't that right, Bake?
That's right.
And you don't wear the mustache in the football season, right?
No, not in the season. Coaches
Okay,
don't.
there were 2 incorrect votes, which is a total of $200 for you to divide among you. Thank you so much for coming, and good luck. We'll be back in a minute, but now a message.
On a brand new Grand Slam, they came from 4 of the toughest game shows. Now they meet in the semifinals. From 21, David Legler takes on Millionaire's Ogie Ogus. Then, as Jeopardy's own Ken Jennings met his match with weakest link Michelle Kitt. Grand Slam, hosted by Dennis Miller and Amanda Byram, Saturday, 7/6 Central on GSN.